OK, this time the panel will have first chance to start off the scoring. Have a look at this and listen to the explanations.
At last, a solution to what I think is one of the most frustrating of all Christmas problems. This small disc here will actually stop your Christmas tree wilting and shedding those unpleasant needles all over the place, because it contains a mixture of special chemicals. You pierce it at the centre and you put it at the base of the tree. The concentrated chemicals ooze out, becoming ionised in solution. That's why the soil must be kept moist at all times. Now, the disc is magnetic. I can prove it with this other one just here. And so it creates a magnetic field which keeps the ions around the area of the disc just where the tree needs them. Each disc lasts 6 days, so you'll need 2 of these to keep your tree really fresh over the 12 days of Christmas. I think that's really clever, don't you, Peter?
Very clever indeed, Judith, but of course, I'm afraid totally untrue. What this is the latest thing from Japan for relieving stiff shoulders. It is, in fact, a magnet, as Judith proved, and it's made up of rare earth metals. Now, I won't confuse you with exactly what those rare earth metals are. I shall just show you that when it is placed on the shoulder here, and a sticky plaster is put over this, look at this, both arms chopped off, and he's complaining of a stiff shoulder. There we go. The pain is relieved instantly. Now, this is generating 1,500 Gauss, which not only stimulates the capillaries so that the blood flows quickly, taking the nasty things away to relieve the pain, it also stimulates the nice disease-fighting cells to rush into this area and to make the pain disappear. At least, that's what the manufacturers claim.
For the third suggestion, another mystery guest. Now, a superstar, no less. Could be described as the drain brain of Britain.
Yeah. Thank you, Val, and what a privilege it is to appear on the Money programme. I will now divulge the real use of these things. They are, in fact, ultrasonic contact lens cleaners. Yeah. Let me explain how this new invention works, using a large model courtesy of the BBC Special Effects Department. Yeah. Now, inside each case is a microchip oscillating circuit, which produces a high-frequency electrical signal, which in turn induces a tiny ultrasonic vibration in these 2 magnets here. Yes, are you following me? Right. Before you go to bed, you put your contact lenses onto these magnets, like so. I'm using elephant's contact lenses here because they're bigger. So you put them on like that. You then close the lid of the box, and by morning, all them... excuse me, I've got to put it off now. That's better. By morning, all those little microscopic fragments of dirt have been cleaned off. Yeah, brilliant, isn't it? And because the magnets are removable and plastic-coated, it's easy to keep them hygienic with an occasional rinse in your nearest duck pond or bidet. There you are.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Roland Mouse. So what's it to be? Judith's long life Christmas tree? Well, it's a first suggestion. An attractive way for magnets to relieve stiff shoulders, or an ultrasonic contact lens cleaner for myopic rats. Panel, what do you reckon about those things?
I don't know. I'm swayed by the good looks of Roland Rat. He could sell me anything, but I quite honestly, don't you feel it's probably number 2?
I will consult, having abandoned the role of autocrat, I'm now going to consult Neil on my right.
Oh, you're going to blame me for this?
Yes.
I think it is number 2, because it reminds me of those things that cure seasickness, that you can stick on your skin behind the ear and it's absorbed through the skin for days or hours.
It's hard to gainsay the rat, isn't it? I don't like to do it. Sorry, Rolly, old chap, but we think it's number 2.
Yes.
Number 2, you're going for Peter's remedy for stiff shoulders. All right, Maggie, what about the audience?
Well, they're all looking very bemused, or is it just drunk? I'm not sure. Fingers on the button. Let's have the vote, please. Are we going to agree with the panel? Or is it going to be the long life Christmas tree? Now, settling down. It's favouring the shoulder cure at the moment. Contact lens cleaner coming up now. Oh, we've gone for the contact lens cleaner.
Yeah, brilliant.
So the panel went for Peter's explanation, the audience went for Roland Rat. Would the person who was telling the truth please step forward or paw forward or whatever?
What a discerning panel.
Peter was right. still storming to the lead with 5 points, and thank you very much to Roland Rat. OK, now, we are very generous on Tomorrow's World, as you obviously know, and we've given each of our teams a Christmas present. If you look down around your legs panel, you'll find a box there, and similarly, Maggie has one up there to pass round the audience. Inside, they will find what looks like a torch and a metal holder. Now, this is quite tricky, so we're going to give you to the end of the programme to think about this. We'll come back to it. You've got to work out what it's for. Right, well, a slight diversion for the next round. We want you to look at your screens where you'll see a clip from Tomorrow's World's past. I want to know what's going on. Now, panel, you're going to have first go on this first clip, and if you get it right, you'll get 10 points. If you're wrong, I'll throw it open to the audience to pick up 5. And if you're both wrong, but I like some of your suggestions, then I'll award points as I see fit. Because, as usual, the chairman's word in these matters is absolutely and conclusively questionable. Right, here's the first clip. Have a look at this, panel.
There are 3 of these 50-horsepower motors, each of them driving a fan. And the air from the fan is driven down a cylinder, which curves upwards into the central column.
The combined airflow is now being forced to a proportionally smaller area. And that has the effect of accelerating it to something like 70 miles an hour.
Kieran Prendeville with a wind problem. What was going on there?
What was going on there, Heather?
That's a very good question. What was going on there? Neil, what was going on
Wind
there?
generating.
So
No?
it was.
Electricity generating?
You mean too many baked beans?
No, no, not quite that one.
The answer is, I just don't know.
OK, well, we're going to have to throw it over to the audience for 5 points. What?
Yes.
Any ideas up there?
Any ideas?
Yeah, they were practicing skydiving.
Well, I think there could be an insider amongst us. Let's have a look what Kieran was doing.
Enough to make you fly.
And he's absolutely right. 5 points to the audience, which makes the scores 5-all. Here's the second clip, and this time the audience will have first go. Take a look at this.
One has to rethink one's driving a little bit. To go forwards, you have to put the car in reverse, and vice versa. Steering the thing is a challenge in itself.
I thought that was always the way to drive cars. OK, audience, thinking caps on. Maggie?
Very difficult, this one, I think.
I haven't a clue.
Has anyone got a clue? Anyone got a clue at all? Anyone? Come on. Wild guess. Go on.
I think he may have been propelling himself across a river on a float with his car.
Pulling himself across a river on a float.
Not happy. I'm going to pass it on to our panel who are in the middle of heated debate.
Very heated debate. We think it could possibly be a way of teaching people how to drive an articulated trailer, i.e. doing the opposite to that which one would normally do.
An interesting idea. Let us see what it is, in fact. Michael Rodd.
But one thing's absolutely certain. It takes the strain out of taking care of the family acres.
That's got to be the silliest roller I've ever seen. Both teams got it wrong, but, Chairman's discretion, I liked the panel's description here of a training machine for people learning to drive trailers, because you have to do everything the other way around. So I'm going to award them 2 points, which puts them into the lead 7-5.